This gigantor box is a box full of empties, and I'm going to have to figure out a way everything is falling. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dana, if you did not know, and on this channel we do SMS, skincare, makeup, sunscreen. Welcome. If you are interested in any of those things, please feel free to subscribe, like this video if you do, and let's get into it, because today we have empties. Okay, this is a box full of empties that I have been collecting for months, probably like 6+ months, and I haven't gotten around to filming it, which is my fault. But today I'm gonna sit down, I'm probably gonna just do like 10 things, and I'm just gonna pick at random because this video would be hours long if I did all of them, and I just can't. I can't. There's a hair clip in there. So we're just gonna break it up, and we'll have monthly empties videos to get through it all. And this is gonna be in no particular order because honestly, it's just all in here. So let's get into it. The first thing I have is the Holy Hydration Makeup Melting Cleansing Balm from e.l.f. This was in my massive cleansing balm, that sounds weird to say, review. I will link that above if you've not seen it. This took me a long time to film, so I would appreciate you watching it. This is one of the cheaper ones that I reviewed. This is $10 from e.l.f. and it's about, what is it, 2 fluid ounces? Yeah, so pretty normal, like good size. I didn't love the packaging because I do find this like not super friendly for travel, but that's not a big deal. Most people aren't gonna be purchasing it to travel. Other than that, it was great. This is one of those very cheap options that does the same job as like a $40 cleansing balm. So highly recommend. Also, if you watched that video or if you've listened to me, cleansing balms and removers, I don't think that you need to spend a lot of money unless it's something like my own brands, not because it's expensive, but because that actually hydrates and cleanses. Whereas this, I would say, just like removes your makeup, but it does a great job. I have no problems with it. It's just, you know, a good cheap cleanser. Next one, we'll do a sunscreen. This is the LiveTinted. I used it all up. I don't use up a lot of mineral sunscreens because I just can't use them all the time. This one I can use almost all the time. In the winter, it's a little bit less so because it's not so hydrating throughout the day. It looks like it's hydrating and it looks glossy and dewy, but it does kind of dry down throughout the hours. So if you have super dry skin, this probably might not. This might not be enough. But if you have more combination normal or oily skin, this is gonna be great. It's also great if you have a darker skin tone because it is 100% mineral, but it has no white cast. It's a fabulous sunscreen, and I highly recommend. Probably will repurchase it, just gotta get through some of my others. Okay, I'm just going willy-nilly here, but I've done one of everything, or different kinds so far, so that's cool. This is the Ninterium Multi-Peptide Moisturizer. So I took this out, like got everything out. Actually, I think on this one, the pump stopped working after a while, so I just had to kind of squeeze it out like that. I'm gonna be doing a full brand review of Naturium products in a little bit. I just haven't gotten to it. This one, people rave about it. I did not find that it was raveable. I found it to be an average moisturizer. I know it's a peptide moisturizer, which I love, but I didn't find that the peptides did anything. I think this is gonna be great if you do have more oily or combo skin. Drier skin, this is not gonna be enough. It could be like a morning one, but even then, I just didn't find it to be remarkable. So this will come into play when I talk about Naturium. Their products for me kind of are hit or miss, and this one was a miss for me. Another moisturizer that was not a miss. This is the iNNBEAUTY Project Slushy Serum Moisturizer Crush. Wow, that's a lot. I've lost the top to it. This is incredible. I used this all summer long because it is the perfect summer moisturizer. It comes out kind of like they say, I mean, there's nothing more in it. It comes out in this kind of slushy, very liquidy fashion, but still a moisturizer. But when you put it in, it just like immediately is liquefied, and it does really replace the step of having to do a serum and a moisturizer. So if you have kind of that need to declutter your steps, this is a good option. I also like, this is also a really good option for hydrating during the summer. sometimes you forget that your skin still needs hydration in the summer because it can be warmer, you can sweat more, but you still need to do that step. So this is one that I highly recommend in the morning in the summertime. I don't use it as, well, I don't have any more, but I wouldn't use it as much in the wintertime though. Okay, what should we do next? This one. There are cat hairs, I think, all over everything. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it tracks. I have 2 cats, so. This is the Glow Recipe Avocado Melt Retinol Eye Sleeping Mask. This was a fun thing to try, and I actually have this, and I have the larger, wow, hairs everywhere. I have the larger retinol mask. They don't make the larger one anymore. I can't find it. They still make the eye mask. I would not repurchase this. I didn't dislike it. I clearly used all of it, but it's expensive. The packaging is a little like, You gotta kind of like scoop everything out, you know. It does come with a little spatula, but the packaging is meant more to like kind of get you in. It's like a glowy object. But I wouldn't say that the product I saw any noticeable results. They're supposed to be encapsulated retinol. It's supposed to have encapsulated retinol, which is better for like long term throughout the night. I don't find that that does anything for me. I also think I believe it's a retinol hide, which is kind of like a tier down from your like strongest retinol. And for me, my skin needs like the strongest available thing, which is actually tretinoin. So I would not repurchase, but if you really like something more gentle, this is a good option. I have a lot of minis, which I'll just go through them briefly. This is the LANEIGE Water Sleeping Mask, and this is the Care Now. These are like a dupe for one another. Well, this is a dupe for this. If you have very oily skin, this is a good overnight mask. It's just, majority of it is water. It's very lightweight. Summertime, it would work. Both of them are the same. Don't spend your money on this one. Spend your money on this. It's much cheaper. That's it. Okay, why don't we do some makeup? I've got 2 things that I want to talk about. Well, 3. These are Drunk Elephant. This is the D-Bronzi anti-pollution drops, and these are the O-Bloos rosy drops. So blush, bronzer. I combine them, mix them with, you can mix them with anything or by themselves, and I just use that as a base. These are actually really good. My problem with it is they only come in one shade both, and this one is like too light and pink, and this one is too dark. So when I put it on in the wintertime, my face is like brown, and then my body's white. So it's too much of a difference. I think they work in the summertime for me. They do dry down, which is really nice. They're not gonna be like moving all around. They do give you this really healthy summery glow, but I just want them to come out with more colors. Like, you can't come out with one bronzer and one blush shade anymore. I did a video on this. People kind of got upset because I was like, I don't like it because it's only for one skin tone. And they thought that I didn't like the product. Like, the product is good. It's just that it doesn't work for everyone. So I don't know, a brand as big as Drunk Elephant, I'm like, come out with 3 shades maybe. 2, even 2. Anything's better than 1. For the time being, I'm not gonna repurchase, especially in this winter. They're just too dark for me. Okay, another one that I have is the Grande Lash Md. This is like the travel eyelash serum. Freaking love it. I won't stop using it. I know some people have had irritation by using it, so I would say if you are kind of worried, get, if you can, like this travel small size, test it out that way. And then if it doesn't irritate your eyes too much, get the larger size. I gave my friend one of them, and she said that it made her eyes really red, but she kept using it, and she was like, then like some days it didn't. And she kept using it, and you do have to use it for like a solid 6 weeks before you see results. But then she saw the results, and she was like, I don't care. My eyes will be red, but the results are so good. So if you want more information on this, I have a video on it as well, but love this stuff. Okay, I'm gonna do, let's say, 2 more. Okay, this is the Urban Decay All-Nighter Setting Spray. I used it up. I don't have a ton of setting sprays. I mean, I guess I have like 3. People rave about this, that it's supposed to really like help lock your makeup in. I did not find that to be the case. It's a lot. It's like, I didn't buy this. This was a gift from my sister-in-law, but I would not repurchase it. I've not found a setting spray yet that really like actually locks my makeup in. I found ones that give you a glow or can mattify, but this, no. Not bad, just not great. Okay, what else? Oh, I guess I don't need to add that. I've already, this is a full one of the Grande Lash. Gone through that. Why don't we do some really cheap stuff? So this is the Ordinary Vitamin C Suspension, 23% plus HA spheres, hyaluronic acid spheres. I don't think I finished this. Yep. Sometimes I don't finish it and I put it in my empties because it's just not working for me. And this is the case with this. While it's super cheap because it's the Ordinary, it has like this gritty, terrible formula. I don't like it at all. I saw no results. I just don't think it's worth your money. But I should preface almost every one of my videos when I talk about skincare or makeup, honestly, and sunscreen. What works or what doesn't work for me may be the opposite for you. So this is one of those products where it is so cheap that you can try it and it, you know, it's not gonna break the bank. For me, I still think that like at that price, it's not worth it. I also just really did not like the formula and consistency, so that's why it's in the empties bin. Now this is the other, the Inky List, so like kind of like the Ordinary. This is the beta hydroxy acid, so it helps unclog pores. This was a sample, I think. This is a kind of like to help with acne or like clogged pores, like it says. I liked this. I don't need it in my skincare routine. My skin is pretty clear, but I would say that if you do have kind of clogged pores, breakouts, this is actually a good one that you might want to consider because the Inky List, so cheap, but they have really good formulations. I would say sometimes a little bit better than the Ordinary. So this is one option that could work for you. Okay, should we do just one more? One more. Let's do one of my very oldest products. This is Thrive Cosmetics Overnight Sensation Sleeping Mask. This is so old that it's the old formula or the old packaging and it's the old size. This is 3.4 fluid ounces or 100 milliliters for a sleeping mask. I mean, it took me like 3 years to get through. I'm sure it's expired. I know it is, but I didn't smell any difference. I didn't see any difference, so I kept using it. I finally, like, I think I probably have like one more use, but I was just like, I gotta call it quits. This stuff though is really, really nice. And if I didn't have so many overnight masks, I would consider repurchasing this. I also like that they actually made it a smaller size. I know that's crazy to say, but you don't need 100 milliliters. Like this is too much and most people would have thrown it out because it was expired. I just didn't do that because I'm crazy. But it really does help. Like if you have any irritation, if you have any breakouts, I feel like if you put this on overnight, wake up in the morning and you just kind of have clearer skin. I actually also like will put it on right underneath my eyes and it helps with like the severe dryness that I have there. So this is an absolute win. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna call it a day. We still have a lot to get through. So if I can continue to be on my filming game, you'll see these empties coming up in a few weeks. But for now, I appreciate you watching. I hope this was helpful and give me a big like if you did like the empties. If they're useful for you, let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.